Hello and welcome to Friday's reflection. Let us begin our time together now in prayer.
In this busy world that we inhabit, grant us a space to rest a while by the still waters of your peace, to hear the whisper of your voice and feel the warmth of your breeze within our souls. Grant us space to rest a while. Jonah chapter 3. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. The Ninevites believed God. A fast was proclaimed, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. When God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he relented and did not bring on them the destruction he had threatened. Jonah chapter 4. But to Jonah this seemed very wrong, and he became angry. He prayed to the Lord, "Isn't this what I said, Lord, when I was still at home? This is what I tried to forestall by fleeing to Tarshish. I knew that you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents from sending calamity. Now, Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live."
These verses from chapters 3 and 4 of the book of Jonah summarise the rest of the story. What stands out to you from Jonah's reaction? What impression do you get of him? Jonah knew what God was like: gracious, compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in love. But God's actions did not please Jonah. Things did not go Jonah's way. So he became angry. Is there anything you are facing at the moment that doesn't seem to be going the way you want it to? And how does thinking about that make you feel? And what role do you see God playing in this? Is God a part of it? Is God letting it happen? Is God making it happen? Or is God absent? And how does that make you feel about God? In contrast to Jonah, the response of the Ninevites is very interesting. On hearing Jonah's simple message, we read that the Ninevites believed. Not every response to God has to be a complicated one. Sometimes, on encountering God, people believe. What are your thoughts or feelings as you consider this? Above all, God shows that God is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love. Which of these attributes speaks most strongly to you today? And staying with that, begin to speak to God about what has emerged for you through this time of prayer. And now, stay in this place with the God of grace and compassion, love and patience, and give God space to work.
Thank you for joining us for our reflections this week. We pray that you have found them helpful and God has been speaking to you through them. Please do join us again on Sunday and as we continue next week. But let us conclude now in prayer.
I have no plans for this day, no destination in mind, no stops planned along the way. I am stepping out in faith, with you as my guide. I shall walk where you lead, follow where you tread, rest where you lay me down, drink from the water that you will supply, and arriving, know that I am refreshed.